Rob's a dick. This is Cory, and this is the Anthem podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rob. I don't know if that could be a spoiler. Everybody knows it. It's
for somebody who's coming in the first time.
Spoiler
alert.
Yeah. So I'm a huge asshole. Hey!
La da da, la da da.
I posted that. I posted that picture on Facebook. First of all, if you're not following me, you should definitely follow me on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere at Robert and Cheek. But I posted a picture that was like, in this time of year, I just want you to know, someone cares about you. Not me, but somebody cares about you.
We put up a thing. Me and Jim were arguing about Star Wars all day.
Friend of the show, Jim. Yes,
yeah.
Jim Force, Jimm Force on Twitter.
Yeah, he was on our Masters of the Universe podcast.
Yes, he was. He's
some
been
odd
on
weeks
before.
ago.
And you should check out his stuff on YouTube. You can find the links on Twitter.
Yeah. So there you go, Jim.
Hey.
I'd say nice things about you, and you just hate on me.
Well, he's right. Listen, constructive criticism is not hate. You have to be able to take constructive criticism.
Anyway, back on topic. I put up there, if this gets enough retweets, then I'll watch Star Wars. And then it got a good number of retweets.
So you need to watch it.
But I didn't actually specify how many retweets it would require.
So you're bitching out.
So, no, I'm just trying to figure out...
In typical fuckboy fashion, going to... The kind of fuckboy fashion that doesn't see Star Wars, you're going to bitch out on that.
I was originally thinking in my head about 50 would do, but now that you're calling me a fuckboy, I think it's more like 50,000. So go ahead, tweet all the celebrities you know to get them to retweet this thing, or just go on Star Wars Reddit.
Maybe I should. Hardwick.
Hey, look at this motherfucker.
I'm gonna send it to Hardwick for the
community
corkboard to just be like, hey, so this guy hasn't seen it, but he wants you to make him see it. So everybody go retweet this.
Yeah. So everybody, 50,000 retweets, and I'll watch Star Wars. I'll even do it Shia LaBeouf style, where I'll record myself watching it.
All of them.
So you can
No. You get 50,000. You need to watch all of them.
All 6, like in a
order.
row. Yeah.
In a single sitting.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Would you do that?
Yeah. For 50,000 retweets, I'd do that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you've heard it here. Get out there and get it. So welcome, everyone, over the Anthem podcast. Thanks for listening.
It only took us 9 minutes to get here.
Whether or not whether you are listening on Stitcher or Dogcatcher or iTunes, thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like and subscribe wherever you find the RSS feed. If you're listening on iTunes, make sure you rate and review us. 5-star podcast deserves a 5-star rating, and make sure you give us a review. Helps to jump us up in the rankings so that people can find us. Make sure you check out the Anthem on YouTube, where hopefully there'll be a video this week.
If we have 50,000 iTunes ratings by this time next week, I'll watch the whole thing in order in a Slave Leia costume.
Okay. So please don't do that.
Nobody rate and review.
Don't rate and review for the next week. But after that, then you can rate and review. But make sure you do check out YouTube. We obviously have some great videos on there, and we try to do video every week. That reminds me that when this posts, there will be 3 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
So if you have Amazon Prime, that gives you plenty of time to still order and get delivery by Christmas.
Because, of course, you're listening to this on the day that it comes out.
Of course, yes. And
because you love us.
And if you're going to purchase things on Amazon, hey, why not click through the link? That's right there on OTheAnthem.com. Go to OTheAnthem.com, find the link through Amazon, click through, do all your shopping just like you normally would. At the end, you check out. We don't get any access to any of that information, but and it doesn't cost you anything extra, but Amazon, as a little thank you for us sending you there, gives us a little something extra. That's the money that we use to buy new microphones, to buy new memory, expand the RAM so that we can not beat Cory's computer like a $2 hooker. And leave it in the desert to die.
Amazon is a struggling startup.
Clearly,
as evidenced by the $100,000 loan that the city of Baltimore gave it this week.
Right, yeah.
So, every little bit that you can do to help a small local company like Amazon.
Right, yeah. So, and to help them, and you help us, and everybody gets helped. And so, make sure you click through the link on OTheAnthem.com. Help us out, help yourself out, and... Also, when you sign up for Prime, which I recommend, even though I'm too broke to do that right now, you get access to all the Amazon video and I saw the first episode of Man in the High Castle, and I almost purchased Prime. I almost was like, listen, do I really need to eat this week? I feel like I could just go without eating and watch Man in the High Castle.
I think I might sign up for Prime just because I know that I'm going to need Top Gear in my life when that comes out.
Yeah.
So I might as well just...
And it's Man in the High Castle is there, and
the
that's
shipping and everything. It makes sense.
Yeah. But for you... all you out there watching and listening to us, make sure you click through the banner on otheanthem.com before you go to Amazon, do all your shopping, and help out the podcast, help out yourself. And we thank you for it, just like we thank you for listening every single week. Now, turning to, while we're talking about Baltimore and local businesses, some big news came out of Baltimore this week, and it's
sounds alarmingly like the Baltimore Corner.
It is the Baltimore Corner, and you know what happens there?
You get the straight dope.
Yes, indeed. But unfortunately, the Baltimore has become kind of a national story as well.
Because of the gathering scene of unrest.
Right. Luckily, what's left of the city of Baltimore after all of the unpleasantness and the torment and the burning and the rioting and... oh, wait. Yeah, no. None of that actually happened. Some peaceful protesting happened.
Pretty quiet.
The police apparently beat a couple of people. I saw a video of them choking some guy walking with a sign, and he turned to make sure that it was on the TV camera, and the cop choked the shit out of him and arrested him, and I'm like, whoa, buddy, whoa. But yeah, it's not like they're looking for a fight.
I like how Stephanie Rowling Blake's mood on the police department changes on how the case goes.
Yeah.
So
we support our police officers.
Before, when they were announcing charges, she couldn't find a police officer anywhere near her, and she was basically just like, yeah, fuck the police.
Yeah.
Coming straight from the underground.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, there's a mistrial, and she's surrounded by the commissioner and 9 other police. She's like, I'm supporting our police, and if any of you step out, these motherfuckers are going to take you down. Hardcore. Batons a-twirling.
Like an old school cartoon.
Yeah. They're going to do the Baltimore twist all over your ass.
And then we'll give you the nickel tour. I mean, no, we don't do that. That's not a thing that we do.
Clearly, as evidenced by the trial, which ended in a mistrial, which is neither innocent nor guilty.
But clearly...
It's clearly an indictment on the entire system.
Which is part of the problem, I think.
Listen, here's a couple thoughts. First of all, to everybody who's getting upset about a mistrial, that happens. So
it happens a lot.
Yeah, don't. There was I had people asking me what that was, and I was just like, it basically means nothing.
Right. It means that you couldn't convince 12 people one way or the other.
Right.
And we will never know what direction that went. We won't know what they talked about because Maryland doesn't allow for voir dire of a jury after the verdict.
But, I mean, generally speaking, you could get a sense for it in most trials, whether or not they decide to press for a second case.
Right.
I mean, if there was one lone person who's just like, I ain't convicting no cop.
Right.
Then, and it was 11-1.
Then he would be back on trial very soon.
Yeah, you would find another trial happening very quickly. If it was 1-11 guilty, then they would be like, maybe we'll work out a little deal with this guy and see what we can get. But it basically works out for the prosecution because the defense has to put their entire trial. The only hope for Porter getting off is for the defense to put everything out on the table during the trial. There's no reason to leave anything in the locker room. The prosecution has the chance to take everything that they put out there during the initial trial and play off of it.
Right.
In the next running of it.
Keep in mind, Porter testified, which means that all of that is now admissible evidence for the second trial. And if his testimony veers even slightly, you can guarantee they will play the tape from the first trial and be like, well, why at your first trial did you say... click?
Yeah.
But today you said ABBBA, but today you're saying ABABA.
What else are you misremembering?
Right, yeah.
Officer
are you
Porter?
misremembering how you murdered Freddie Gray? Dun, dun, dun.
I would love nothing more if the prosecutor's like, are you forgetting how you murdered him? Objection. Sustained. Seriously.
Yeah. By the way, I love
Seriously, Shatso, you gotta calm it down with that.
Every one of the drawings of the judge, by the way,
Yeah.
he looked so bored. He was just like, oh, God. Is it lunch yet? What the...
I was wondering why his powdered wig had a pillow built in. If nothing else, I said this before, if nothing else, even if not a single officer gets a charge for any of this.
You mean a conviction?
A conviction, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're going to, because obviously they've been charged.
Right.
But if none of them actually catch a conviction off of this, the Baltimore City Police Department looks like a heaping pile of shit right now because of everything that's come out just in this portion of the trial, which is pretty much the least important part of the least valuable of the six.
The guy who had the least to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the one who could have made the judgment call the best, but the one who had his hands on Freddie Gray the least.
I just wish we could charge everybody who's run the government for the last, I wish there was, a class action lawsuit brought upon, Stephanie Rawlings Blake, Sheila Dixon, Dick Young, Martin O'Malley.
Or how about war crimes? Some sort of war crimes.
Yeah, send them to The Hague.
You have violated
SRB to The Hague.
But it just... Hey, you...
Ooh.
Oh,
you know what I'm going to do?
Oh, God.
Because I'm running the video part this week.
Yeah.
Usually Rob does that part, but I'm doing it this week. I'm going to put a picture up here of The Hague. Mm-hmm. Is there a picture of The Hague that can be...
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm going to put the hair on it. Hashtag do your job or quit. Do your job or quit, Hague. Include SRB or it ain't really a Hague.
A bit of good news coming out of Baltimore. It's not new, but Stephanie Rawlings Blake won't be there after the election in 2016.
Thank God.
And if the committee for clean
slate
of Baltimore has anything to say, neither was Sheila Dixon.
Oh man, I am just in love with this video.
This PAC, and I hate PACs, but if they keep producing shit like this, I might come on board. I might get on board with the PACs.
I might shell out a couple ducats. I feel like I should give them at least $1.99 for the enjoyment of the view.
Right. I want something funny.
Like how I'll rent something on Google Play for $1.99. I feel like I've watched that enough times and enjoyed it thoroughly enough that it's basically on par with an episode of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Why not?
But everybody should check it out. And nonetheless, they are comparing, they're reminding everyone that Sheila Dixon, for 3 consecutive Christmases, used gift cards that were...
I don't know if it was 3.
Was it 2?
It was 2, I think.
2. 2 consecutive Christmases used gift cards that were meant to purchase presents for the underprivileged families to purchase shit for herself and for her office. And then she was convicted of it.
Right.
And
with it, she had to leave office in disgrace.
Right.
But she was able to run again after her probation ended.
Right.
And now she's saying she's the one to fix the problem that she created.
Right.
Well, not created. I think that's a bit too far.
She continued.
Right. She took the brilliant ideas that Martin O'Malley put forward, and then she decided to up the ante on them.
See, this episode is going to be coming out just a few days before Christmas.
Yep.
Any special requests for Santa this year?
I mean, no. My family still does lists.
Right.
Mostly because, we like to buy things for each other and stuff like that.
Very materialistic, I understand. Yes,
yeah.
The Baker household.
We enjoy it.
Not so much love, more about the things.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as Christmas is over, you get the fuck away from me. I don't want to deal with you anymore.
When you guys tell
I just want my things, and then I'll go back home and play with my things, and then...
You guys are reading a Christmas story, you're skipping through Luke, like, bop, bop, bop. Then the 3 wise men appeared, and they had gifts for Christ. Here's the important part, kids.
Gold, frankincense, myrrh.
Yes.
I liked, by the way, there's another photo I saw on the internet. It was a nativity scene.
Was it Tyrannosaurus Rex?
No. It's just the nativity scene. It's just like, oh look, this person is advertising the fact that they're willing to take Middle Eastern refugees in.
Yes.
When we eventually get advertisements on here because Rob can't take it anymore.
Right. And will people please listen? You can send an email to Cory at otheanthem.com. Tell him how much you would love to buy products that we would give you advice about buying. Wouldn't that be great?
I would just incorporate baby into every single one of my sales.
Yeah.
I'd be like, before we move on, baby, I got to tell you about something.
And this is why Cory would not do any live.
Uber, baby. Cory
would not be doing any live reads.
Oh, baby, it's so good.
Yeah.
Don't you dare drive drunk.
Go.
UBERBABY, baby. I got one more thing for you.
Go ahead.
Baby. OhTheAnthem.com. Cory at OhTheAnthem.com. Oh The Anthem on Facebook. Mobby-nominated Twitter. Mobby-nominated Instagram. And the listener line, 443-219-7595.
What's that number again?
Oh, baby, it's 443-219-7595. I sound so good saying baby. It doesn't sound unnatural at all.
I'm a little worried you're having a stroke over there.
Baby!
Yeah. Anyway, you can find me on all your social networks at Robert N. Cheek. Make sure you check out robertncheek.com for links to my books, to all the other websites, including findingthefuture.us, where you can find the blog. Really got to get working on the blog again. And listen, support us, because I would love to just do this. I was telling Flash the other day, I wish that we had a studio and we could just do this every day. Wouldn't it be great if we could just put out a podcast every single day, and that was our job? Like, wake up, so you're thinking 11 o'clock?
Well, listen, if I didn't have 8 hours elsewhere, yeah. If I didn't have to put in an honest day elsewhere, I'd be fine podcasting every day. But
thank you guys for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all your participation. Make sure you are following Oh The Anthem at LegendCB5 and at Robert and Cheek on Instagram and Twitter and all over the place. We thank you for all your messages. We are always open to hear feedback. We love to hear the things you guys have to say. Please do join in and join the conversation. So we do this for you, as always. And we're getting ready to exit another year. Don't forget, we do have our special year wrap-up spotlight, which I still need to do. Still need to figure out my episodes.
Yeah.
Still don't know what those are.
Or we're still looking for
the listener suggestions.
The listener suggestions.
Yeah. So make sure you send.
We'll make a push on it this week to remind y'all.
Yes. Make sure you send.
If you're anything like that, anything like me, you need a reminder.
Yeah. But from Cory and I, we hope you have a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Hanukkah's over, but Cory did advocate getting rid of the Jews earlier, so probably
I didn't. It was Martin O'Malley.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But
it was Martin O'Malley.
So we hope that you do have a Merry Christmas and enjoy all the time with your family. I will be out Ubering all weekend long, so if you do need a ride, make sure that you don't drink and drive. Make sure you use Uber. And look for our special spotlight. Make sure you participate in that. Anything else?
I think we've done good here today.
We've done something. I don't know if it's good. But as always, you are listening to the Oh The Anthem podcast, part of the Oh The Anthem digital network. For Cory, this is Rob. Have a great week and a Merry Christmas, everybody.
Feliz Navidad.
Mm-hmm.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Spanish.
Yo quiero año feliz.